Okay, the fact is, you alive right now living in this world, right? And if you was to die, first of all, where would you like to go? Would you like to come back to a world like this? Or would you rather go to a better place than this? Maybe heaven, for example. Okay, and if you had a choice of going into heaven or a better place, remembering all the things from this world, would you do it? Now keep in mind, you may have loved ones in this world, a mother and father, sister or brother, or children you care about. And if you go into a better place, worrying about loved ones and their well-being in this world, that would make your heaven hell. So the question is, would you rather go into heaven remembering this world, or would you rather have your memories erased before going there? Okay, and just like you said you would rather have your memories erased before going there, you'd have said the same before coming back here. And that's why you don't remember. And on top of that, sometimes you see things in this world that remind you of being here before. Example, let's say you was born in 1903 in New Orleans, Louisiana, and lived all your life in Louisiana. And at the age of 25, you got a job working at the beautiful St. Louis Cathedral. And you worked there for 40 years. And retired in 1968 at the age of 65. And died in 1988 at the age of 85. And for many years, you rode the streetcar to work every day. And when you got off the streetcar, you walked down this street every day to work. And you always admired the beautiful sceneries and the green plants on this building. Now with all this in mind, let's say in 1988, 3 months after you died, you was born again in this world, but in California this time. And when you get about 30 years old, you decide to take a 2 weeks vacation and go to New Orleans, Louisiana for the first time in your life, to see the world's famous Canal Street and the French Quarters for the first time. And when you get to New Orleans, someone gives you directions to Canal Street and the French Quarters, and you end up catching the streetcar. And soon when you get on the streetcar and sit down, you say to yourself, wow, this sure feels familiar. Feel like I rode this streetcar before. And when you get off the streetcar, you start walking down this street. And you stop and say to yourself, wow, this really looks familiar. Feel like I've been here before. And you start looking down the street in front of you and start saying to yourself, I know it's got to be a big beautiful church right down that street and around the corner. And you start saying to yourself, it's going to be a big beautiful light colored church that looks like a castle right down the street and right around the corner. And soon when you get down that street and look around the corner, there it is. That big beautiful light colored church that looks like a castle. And you say, I knew it. I knew that church was going to be around that corner. I must have been here before, but just can't remember how. And that's called deja vu. And that's a sign that you've been here before. And billions of people all around the world experience deja vu. 2/3 of the world to be exact. And if you never experienced deja vu, then guess what? Maybe this is your first time living in this world and wouldn't have a past life to remember.